and welcome to the MBAM Portal for Construction Law. Today is the last in our series of legal issues to consider before expanding overseas. We've gone through the basics. What's your corporate structure, employment contracts, tax implications, intellectual property, contractual terms, even dispute resolution clauses. So what more is there to touch on? Enforcement. See, there's no point for you to get an arbitration award or even a court judgment in your favor if you cannot enforce it after that. Did you know that 169 countries have signed the New York Convention on Recognition and Enforcement of Foreign Arbitral Awards? In other words, arbitration awards can be enforced in 169 countries. Now, if you compare that to court judgments, it is a world of difference. In Malaysia, we have this act called the Reciprocal Enforcement of Judgments Act. Guess how many countries would we recognize? The court judgments of how many countries would Malaysia recognize? 7. We only recognize 7 countries. Not only that, if you have at hand a favorable arbitration award, your counterparty cannot challenge the merits. In other words, arbitration awards cannot be appealed. Yes, you can try to set aside the award, but the challenges to the award is only on the process. For example, is the agreement valid? So I can try and set aside the award because the agreement is not valid, because parties were not notified, because the matter was not properly submitted to arbitration. Maybe there is a breach of natural justice. Maybe it's against public policy, or the award was procured by fraud or corruption. These are all process challenges. They are not challenges on merits, on the actual facts of your case. Hence, if you have a court judgment in Malaysia, it will only be recognized within ASEAN, in Singapore and Brunei, not even other ASEAN countries. And conversely, we also do not recognize judgments from all these other ASEAN countries except from Singapore and Brunei. Now, if it is an arbitration award, guess what? Almost all countries in ASEAN have signed the New York Convention to recognize a foreign arbitral award except Timor-Leste. So, there's really no point in having a court judgment from a foreign country if you cannot enforce it. So if you are uncertain whether which country or the country that you're exploring have signed the New York Convention and whether the arbitration award will be enforceable, then don't hesitate to ask your lawyers. And with that, thank you for following this series of videos on legal issues to consider when expanding your company globally. I wish you all the best.